Well, I think Jimmy might have a long red here, but totally commit himself if he goes for it. Not too badly on the blue.
1. Six. Seven.
Well, this is a wonderful chance here for Jimmy White. And what a session the audience here at the Wembley Conference Centre have been privileged
14.
to see this evening.
Yes, Rex, for the how many times I don't know this week, but it's been a full house.
22.
Something like between 2,500 to
23.
2,800 people. And that's a tremendous audience. And great credit to two stars so young in years that have
30.
really given us marvellous entertainment.
Well, a break of 113
31.
earlier in the session by Jimmy. And that magnificent 147 by Kirk. And Jimmy looking really set there, but he made a bad
38.
shot. But if you pop like that, what's the problem?
39. 46.
And
47.
Jack hesitated to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy knocks the lot in from this position.
54. 55.
Well, at least 55 so far, and he's leading by 59 points. So another red. And this red will put an end to the
60.
frame and indeed the match, I think.
61.
But the blow has been softened for Kirk by the break, which of course might only come once in a long career.
68. 69. 74.
I was going to say what a good finish by Jimmy, and he hasn't finished. Well, and my word, he nearly went with it.
75. 78.
'So well, Jimmy
79.
has won the match. I think that is beyond doubt.
And these two young men making the game look ridiculously easy this evening, but
86.
believe me, it's far from easy. Really has been a fantastic
87.
evening of snooker.
92. 94. 97.
And the 100 coming up, and nicely poised for the blue.
101.
And just let's hope that he can clear the ball.
106.
Well, this is magic. Both players. What a pity that one has to lose. And Kirk, I'm sure, slightly disappointed, but will be the first to congratulate. And just look at this stuff on that ball. Well, that really is wizardry. Well, words escape me. Just fantabulous. 25 years of age, 21 years of age, to a wonderful young man.
Such a great fluent player when he gets going, but well, it's virtually a lost cause for him here. But as you said, Terry, it's always nice to show the Crucible crowd what you can do. So he'll be a little bit embarrassed at the score line here. Yes, it can be a very tough game at times.
8. 9.
But he's sitting at number 28 in the world, and he's still provisionally 28, so he stayed in the top 32. But I think Mark Williams' plan over the next couple of seasons will be to try and get back
60.
to the number 1 spot that he held.
17.
He's one of these, Mark. He makes the game look ridiculously easy when he's going well.
25.
Not the best of angles to go into them, but he wants a half ball contact on the red that's at the back of the bunch. He doesn't want to hit that full ball if he goes into them here. Not bad. Just watch, he a little bit thinner than he intended. That's why the whites ran away a little bit, but he's cueing so well you wouldn't expect him to miss this.
33.
Not a bad start. 5 reds, 5 blacks.
40. 41. 48. 49. 56. 57.
'Just a wee bit short, but he's still got, well, I thought he'd got one to the middle, but the pink's blocking that. So that could spoil the possibility of Mark's first ever maximum break in tournament play. There's £14,000 for the highest break in this year's Embassy World Championship. And that,
65.
I was going to say, I thought he played for the pink, but he's got a bigger prize on his mind. It's there. I'll tell you one thing, the crowd know exactly what's happening here, but can he somehow force an angle to get back up to the black? I think he might be able to just miss the green, but can he drop on the black? Oh, he needs a flick on the red. A flick on the red would help it.
73.
He was going to stretch round there and put the cue underneath his body, but he can still pull this shot off. It's a very, very thin one, but there'll be a big round of applause if this drops in, I can tell you. It's there. It's there.
$80.
The prize at the World Championship has always been 147. That's £147,000 if you make 147 break. Where's this cue ball going? Oh, it's another difficult
88.
one. It's there.
89.
He's already in the last 16, the frame well and truly over. Well, I'm sitting in the commentary box with the former world champion here who
96.
coaches Mark Williams. Terry, there's never been a Welsh
97.
player has made a 147 at the Crucible.
You won't get a better chance than this. Perfect they are now.
104.
He's going to take the more difficult one. He's perfectly on this to get back for the black. Good thinking this. Get in.
105.
Well, I think Robert Milkins would love Mark Williams to make a maximum here. I don't think a player has ever made one to clinch a match.
130.
We've had 6 maximums in the World Championship.
$120.
Perfect.
122.
Oh, it got a heavy contact slightly there.
125.
But he's okay. A little bit of history.
129.
He'll be the first ever Welsh player to make a maximum at the Crucible. Come on, Mark.
134.
Underhit it just a little bit. Get in. Unbelievable! Mark Williams! What a fantastic break he's made there. Being congratulated by Robert Milkins. The 7th maximum break made in the Embassy World Championship. Tony Drago's come to congratulate him. The Crucible crowd stand and applaud. He should drop nicely on the blue. Well, yellow will do. And what a chance for the young Scot.
Three.
I think he fears the worst.
Four. $11. $12.
Looking ominous for Doherty now. Higgins has got the black back on its spot, and there are innumerable open reds.
Yes, Clive, I think Doherty knew in his own mind that he was going to have to improve
19.
his performance. He's done remarkably well to get through to the final here this year, but he knew he'd have to raise his game to defeat John Higgins, and he's put up a great battle, but didn't play quite as well as he did last year. You are looking at the most consistent player in the world this year. 7 finals, 3 wins, and this would crown it all.
$26.
He would be Scotland's 3rd world champion. The first was Walter Donaldson, who won it twice in 1947 and 1950.
27.
Stephen Hendry won it 6 times in 7 years in the 90s.
$34. $35.
Just looking at that stance and cue action, that has been so solid for the past 17 days.
41.
All the thousands of hours of practice put in,
42.
and most of them against his good friend Stephen Hendry has stood him in good stead over the last 6 years. And he's going to finish up, I feel, with his name underneath Ken
48.
Doherty's.
$49.
Twice upon a time there was another world champion called Higgins. Alex, a wayward, unpredictable genius. with an eventful off-table life. This is a different Higgins.
55.
Not perhaps quite the natural talent, but certainly a considerable one. And he's honed it
56.
to a fine edge by unremitting application and devotion to practice.
$62. $63.
The supporters have been fantastic. A lot of Scottish fans, a lot of Irish fans. I'm sure they'll all celebrate together because this is a remarkable achievement, but Ken Doherty has
68.
put up a remarkable defence. Two of the nicest players you could wish to meet.
69.
Just look at his face. There's nothing like this feeling.
75. 76. 83.
Sustained excellence. And now the possibility that John Higgins could
91.
clinch the title with yet another century.
93.
He's already set a new record of 13 for the championship, superseding Stephen Hendry's 12.
96. 100. 105. 111.
You might as well take the black, John. He doesn't need it. What a performance.
John Higgins clears with a break of 118. He beats the defending champion Ken Doherty by 18 frames to 12.
Well, playing this with a lot of top spin. Side cushion, black cushion, and the cue ball back up the table. One put the red on the wrong side of the pocket. It's definitely playing for the cue ball to hit the side cushion first. It potted the red in the right hand side of the pocket as he looked at it. Oh, this is a tough black. Oh, brilliant. I mean, yeah, the shots are made easier when you have an 8-frame lead, but it's still excellent cueing.
8. Nine.
Three or four shots ago, there's about 8 reds on this back cushion. The black was there as well, and now all of a sudden, after this next black, he should get rid of the red that's stopping the black pot in the left-hand corner. The black could be fell into both pockets in a minute. It's a strange game. He doesn't really want to lose the black onto the brown spot here. He wants it to spot.
16. Seven. $24. 25. 32.
Those reds on the black cushion is obviously going to finish low every time in the black because he doesn't want to have to stun off the cushion.
33.
Points ahead now, so he's going to be able to win this frame without doing
40.
anything about those awkward reds.
Yes, you can see the determination in Mark Selby's face. He was so disappointed to have lost the last frame when he made a break of 57.
$41.
At least if he wins this frame, he's got a chance of closing the match out before tonight's final session. He knows this is a great chance now to lead 12-3.
$48.
Well, he felt he had a very good contact there. He obviously played for the pink in the corner. He perhaps got a very heavy contact, took all the pace out of the cue ball. Yeah, you saw the red bounce leave the table.
$54. 55. $62.
So red, pink, red.
63.
So one frame left in the session, one frame needed by Mark
16.
Selby. What willpower, what desire has Mark Fu got left to bring this match to final session tonight?
70.
goes without saying that Marco's not really been at the races in this match, but the way that Mark Selby's gone about it, he's been so clinical. I mean, he's playing one of the best players in the world here, and he's 12-3 in front. And queuing like a dream.
78.
Well then, let's see how we get on the next red.
4, maybe 5 cushions.
That'll do it.
I had to use side
85.
to cut that red. I actually couldn't see it. I had to use right hand side to bend the cue ball. That's why I couldn't play a proper positional shot.
Oh.
Yeah. Pockets. They just seem like buckets at the moment to Mark Selby.
92.
To put the black in the middle at that pace, at that angle. This for the century. Is it there? It is. Brilliant. So,
How he's made a centre from this position, Steve, I do not know. There was 5 reds tight on the top cushion when he started this break.
and chance of making the first 140 plus break in this World Championship now.
101.
Possible 143. Incredible. The last few shots have just been, to keep this break going, have been incredible.
108.
Yes, and I don't think I can remember a session where there's been 3 total clearances in an 8-frame session. That just shows they've hit the far jaw, they're going comfortably. Hit the near jaw, they'll miss. Well, I've known Mark since he's been a 12-year-old lad, and obviously seen him play
116.
thousands of frames. I don't think I've seen him play better.
No, he's in a great place at the moment.
118.
Where the game is just seeming so easy. He's finished a bit straight in this green though. I may just have to play for the brown in one of the middle pockets.
$121.
Oh, he's screwing this off the cushion beside. What a shot this will be. Oh, stop it.
125.
Well, he'll get the game done away with, won't he, playing shots like that? He's potted a black in the middle of 1,000 mile an hour and then a brown in the middle of 1,000 mile an hour. Karen Wilson made the highest break last year on 143.
130.
This will equal that, of course. Does he have to go in and out of ball once more?
$136. Thank you.
Magnificent. It's one of the best century breaks I've ever seen. Unbelievable break.
Mark Selby.
Highest break for the championship so far, 143 by Mark Selby.
Ray Reardon in play, having won the first frame. Oh, cracking shot. Always evidence of a fine eye when you can hit a long shot like that. Blue. And and thumping that down. Ray Reardon playing with tremendous confidence, not merely the confidence of a man who's won the first frame, but the confidence of a man who knows he's hitting the ball truly. So many world-class players content to glide and tickle the ball down. Reardon is thumping them down. He's so confident his line is right. Well, there's a red on there.
12.
The break 12 so far. No, his position isn't good. He wanted to get a position on black. It's unlucky 13, so a safety shot. Oh no, well. When I talk about a safety shot, Ray Reardon confounds with a brilliant shot.
20.
Well, this is the sort of play that won Reardon the World Championship in 1970. And still the break continues
21.
with a pink lined up. Down goes the pink, and he's lining up the next red also for the center pocket on the other side. And there's also one near the black which is straight in line with this bottom left-hand pocket. He has a choice of reds, and since this one is near the black, he'll be, well, it looks as though he may well be going for the center one. No, deciding which is the better one. The one to the center pocket. And the tremendous backspin putting him right behind black. Reardon really hitting the ball truly and accurately, playing with tremendous confidence, and a slightly worried look on the face of John Spencer, who you can't see but I can see nearby.
25.
There's the red, the black to follow.
36.
The red's in quite a cluster with the pink among them. The black is easy enough, but the next red's going to need some thinking about. He'll probably go down about mid-table. There's a black up there. Oh, a tremendous spin and screw on that. Well, he's got one lined up on the middle pocket and a possible long one. And it looks as though the long, well, that one would go middle or top. Top right. Super. A break of 44, only 9 behind his own highest break of the competition, which he shares with Rex Williams. Only 2 behind. It took its time. That's going down, and this black is pretty simple. This would make the highest break in the tournament so far worth £1 a point. 52 at the moment, unfinished. Black on. 59. The highest so far.
59 at the highest break.
A simple red in the middle pocket, and the coming back for blue if he wants it. Again, with these world-class professionals, they don't always take the obvious ball. He's going for yellow, which is only worth 2, but will help him to continue his break and maintain position on the next red. Everything going right for Ray Reardon at the moment. This is quite the best sustained snooker we've seen in the whole of the competition.
62.
Again, taking up position on the black, and again, perfect position. And weighing up the next red before he puts this black away. There's the pocket. There's the black going down into it. An easy line up on the middle pocket for the next red. Beautifully played break this. Played with great confidence and great skill. Blue. If he wants it, pink is also on, but blue is the most obvious. Getting in position for the next red, a choice of 2. It looks as if he's shaping up for the near right-hand pocket. And again, another position on black.
77.
77 at the moment. Quite a fantastic break by Ray Reardon. By far the highest so far. And still unfinished. This black would take it to 84. Are we going to see a 100 break? It may well be premature to say that, but at Reardon's form, it's possible. 84 the break stands at. 2 reds on the table. Once again the black is waiting. .92 the break stands at. 1 red on the table. A very definite possibility of a century break by Ray Reardon here this afternoon. .93, he needs the black for a ton. And he's on the cushion. He's on the cushion. Well, if he gets the ton now, he'll really deserve it. His position is not good. The cue ball is on this near cushion. And he's going for the 7 that will make 100, but it will really be a beautiful shot if he makes it. Let's watch this ball. It's a beauty! The applause tells its own story, and Ray Reardon chalks his cue and carries on with the yellow, and if he clears the colours, he'll make it a break of 127. The world record break, the maximum, of course, is 147. He can't do that, but he can make 127. Rex Williams holds it. Well, what a treat this has been. It's a privilege to have been able to watch this. A 127 break if he pots blue, pink and black. And what a roar there'll be from this crowd at St Philip's Club in Sheffield if he does it. Pink now and then, just the black. Surely he must do it. Black remaining, and there'll be no trouble here. Bruce Donkin appealing for absolute quiet. 127 on. There she breaks.
And that's a magnificent shot, right on the black.
Yes, and that was a real pressure shot, because had he have missed that, all the reds were spread open and he would have left Rear with a good chance. Marvellous shot. And I think he's made a bit of a mess of that one.
8.
And left himself in a very difficult position to use the rest. Well, he's got the shot, but the result is that he's out of position on the black, and this is a very dangerous shot again.
$16. $70.
And everything's starting to flow now for Alex Higgins.
Well, Alex knows that the championship is within his grasp from this position,
24.
providing that he's very careful. No reason why he shouldn't win the title here. And Reardon will be suffering in his seat.
25. $30. $31.
This is the
38.
fourth time that Alex Higgins has been in this final. Won it in 1972. Lost it to Ray Reardon in 1976.
39.
And lost it to the Canadian champion Cliff Thorburn in 1980. Frustrated, but helpless.
$44.
Well, I think let's just touch that red in the right way to leave it into the corner pocket if he wishes to play that. It goes in the centre, and providing the strength is right to the back, and it is. We're still back in perfect position.
45. $52. $57.
Well, now he's got the perfect angle, and he's got to disturb the reds. And that's perfect. That certainly must be the shot that makes the title certain.
64. $71.
Yes.
72. $77.
The 33-year-old Irishman, making hay while the sun shines. Going out in a complete blaze of glory here.
84. 85.
Controversial, temperamental, but a terrific talent for the game of snooker.
$92.
And what a way to finish.
$93. $101.
The 13th snooker century of the championship.
And what a time to make it, Ted. Fantastic.
108. Quiet, please. Thank you. $110.
Just 3 balls to go now for a break of 135. Ray Reardon has sat in his chair for the whole of this final frame. Fantastic. World Snooker Champion for 1982 is Alex Hurricane Higgins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new world champion, Alex Higgins.
Cutting the red across into the top pocket, a very nice stroke. Cue ball coming round for the blue, which is on the centre spot, of course. And down it goes. Choice of several reds here. Joe calls for the rest. He's after the black, of course. Down it goes, a very nice stroke, particularly with the rest. One of the implements that all professionals detest. Black goes down, break now 14. A delightful little screw there to come back on the black ball. Yes, no hesitation. 22, cue ball coming round for another red into the opposite top pocket, and I would suggest a black to follow. Now he screwed back for the blue. Another tender stun shot to put himself on the red. This time it will be a black to follow. Difficult position with the rest over a number of balls. There you can see how difficult the position is. Break now 29. And he slammed the black in and attempted to split the reds up. Split one or two of them around the table. One across the table into the centre pocket. Break now 42. Over a red.
43.
Not disturbing Joe. Come round. Nice position on the black. This black, of course, will give him the half century. Deep screw, bring the cue ball back off the cushion for a red either into the centre or into the top. He's taken the one into the centre. Again with a stun shot, keep himself on the black and amongst the reds. .58, still in perfect position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds left, and this is the first break of the first frame.
66.
Break now 66. Red across into the centre and the pink this time. .73. Still 5 reds left.
74.
Terrific amount of side there to come back for either the black or the pink. Break now 80. There you see the perfect position Joe has. It follows the red throw for the black. Break now 88 and 3 reds left. .89, he screwed down for the blue. .94, and he's not too badly placed for this second but last red. Beautiful shot. 95. And there we have a century on television.
And the match at a very interesting stage. 2 frames all. Best of 9 frames.
One.
And Steve Davis knocks in the initial red in this frame. Nicely on the black. And quite a few reds split out of the pack already, so chance of a
8.
reasonable start for Steve here.
Nine. $16. $17.
Steve leaving himself an angle to go into the reds here and open them up.
25.
And you can't do much better
32.
than that. 4 reds, 4 blacks. But a little bit out of position now. Be thinking in terms now of sending that cue ball down to the balk end, I would think. I think there's a red there that he can pot. Oh, well, very ambitious young man. Played a beautiful double there. And once again, nicely on the black.
33.
Plenty of angle on this to do almost anything he wants with the cue ball. Into the reds. Open them out as much as possible.
40.
Well, there goes the 6th
41.
red. Once again on the black.
Steve's taken all blacks with the first 5 reds. Could possibly be thinking of this, winning this Larder car with a 147 break.
That's the most dangerous thing, Dennis, to predict. Because usually, as David, undoubtedly, I always get you two Taylors mixed up. You find so often that when you make a prediction like that, that the player misses the next shot. But not in this instance, and things still looking good.
It took Steve 8 minutes to compile his century, and here he is with just 2 reds to go. He'd only just got back from the World Tour the day before, and his feet were knackered. Go on, my son.
He's got the angle to get on the black. We'll play a deep screw, I would think. And that's fair enough.
105.
What a magnificent break this is. This is very exciting. And there's a confident shot for you, leaving himself well down the table, but a nice straight red.
112.
One of his favourite shots. Stun this in. What a marvel. This is it now. Pop this in. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. perfect angle. And
113.
the atmosphere is absolutely electric in there now.
Well, as if this young man hasn't made enough history in the last 12 months.
120.
Here again we might see the first legitimate 147 break ever to be made on television.
122.
All the colours on their spots. But you can imagine the tension that's building up in young Steve at the moment.
125.
Well, Steve is looking very, very calm. Normally this would be elementary, but under these circumstances, every putt is so difficult. Come on round.
129.
Is that a bit further? Well, if anybody can knock these 3 balls in, this man can.
Of course, that's the great thing about this young fella, David. His nerves of steel, or seems to have. Now, is this cue ball going to get onto the fence? No, it isn't. Now we're going to have to see a super shot here.
Well, come on, Steve. Pull a fabulous shot out. I'm sure you can do it. And he's playing this with a lot of screw to stay on the black. Come on, get in. Fabulous shot. Fabulous shot. And this is it. The first 147 break on television.
140.
Well, I'm shaking.
And I'll
Right, please.
bet
This
Steve
is it.
at this moment can see the pocket closing up and closing up and
Come
getting
on, Steve.
smaller.
Not... There it is! Beautiful! 147! Absolutely magnificent break. Oh, what an incredible man. Absolutely fantastic. Just listen to the audience. He's got a standing ovation for that, and rightly so. Absolutely incredible break.
Fantastic. And if the black goes in, who knows how many he'll score here, but it's a tricky little black. I'll tell you what, I mean, this, you never ever call anything. He's potted 1 black. Do you know what he'll have in his mind? Well, he's 12-7 in front. We know what he'll have in his mind. He'll be trying to stay on the black here.
I think if it wasn't the last frame of the match, I'd certainly agree with you. It's to win the match as well.
No.
And these balls are perfect, aren't they? They are absolutely perfect. Slightly under it, but he can play this plain
16.
ball and go around the back of the black. The red in the middle is not bad if he can cue it nicely. I'm not too sure whether he can cue it easily to stun on for the black.
Well, we'll know exactly what his intentions are, the way he plays this shot.
17.
He's hitting the ball so well. When you're hitting it, when you're cueing at your very best, even in your own mind, you sometimes generate more spin than you mean to. Because he's cueing so well, he's getting so much movement off the cue ball. He's just sometimes running out of position because he's in it too good.
24. 25.
This will be the fourth black coming up. Stephen Hendry has made 8 maximum breaks in competitive play. Ronnie O'Sullivan has made 8 maximum breaks in competitive play.
32.
He might be after another record.
33.
The reason he's taking the red at the bottom of the bunch because it gives him
40.
more target to go into the pack off the black. If he takes the ones on the left, that red would have been in the way for the perfect split. So
41.
he might play a split here because he knows he's got one to the left and one to the right.
Now this is key if this works out. Oh, he's stuck on them, but he's still got one to the middle.
48.
Now, has he got a bit of angle to try and get back to the black off this one? Oh, there's not a lot of angle there. Well, he made it. He made it.
$56. 57.
There's a buzz going round the Crucible Theatre. They know what's happening here. Just a little bit too far.
64.
May have to get the extension out here and play a delicate little shot just to drop on the black, but shouldn't be a problem. Well, Mark is just wondering how many he's going to score here. That's the little shot he can play. Even if he cannons a red, he's okay.
65.
He's just flicked that red, as you can see the crowd now just hoping they're going to witness a bit of history. He's just flicked the red to cover both those reds up into one pocket, so he's still got one more kiss to play at some stage. Needs to travel a little bit. Well, this is just
72.
Phenomenal play.
Well, just one more red, it has to be said, to knock Mark Williams out of this year's 888.com World Championship, and that will send Mark to the qualifying school. We'll take him out of the top 16.
73.
So this is the key one. Mark Williams now knows it's all over. I'm sure he'd now wished Ronnie a 147. Okay, nobody likes getting beat, but he wouldn't begrudge the way he's played. Has he gone too far? He hasn't. This is nice now.
80. 81.
When will he play the cannon? I don't know if one of the reds near the pink pots. It does. It does.
88. 89.
Oh, he wanted to go a little bit further and he would have tried to have freed the one next to the pink. That's the key one now, but he hasn't got the angle here.
I'm not so sure then whether it's pots, you know. He may not have to play the cannon.
If it no, it looks tight. It looks tight from that angle. It doesn't go.
There's another example of playing for
96.
two reds at once. That's what you've got to do in this situation.
He's tried it. What a shot!
104.
That is one of the best positional shots I've ever seen. He was almost straight.
To generate the
105.
angle he did to get the cannon and to control it, well, he deserves one now.
£157,000 available.
112.
For the maximum.
113.
This could be the last worrying shot. It's perfect. This is perfect.
120. 122. Quietly. 125.
4 colours to beat Stephen Hendry's record that he jointly holds with Stephen at the moment.
129.
This will be his 9th maximum break.
To quote one of the late greats,
134.
Jack Carnham, good luck, son, because this has been flawless. This place will erupt if this black disappears. This has been unbelievable. Players stopped on the other table. He's done it! What an unbelievable break that was. Probably his best maximum he's ever got of the 9 he's got. Mark Williams offers his hand in congratulations. Dennis, you've done a few of them. Handshakes from Robertson. That was up there with the very best.
It just doesn't get any better than that. That's 3 of his maximum breaks I've done. The man is a total genius.
What a shot. That's why he's world champion. Even under this pressure, he still takes that type of shot on.
Eight. Nine.
Stephen Hendry won the last ranking tournament, the UK Championship, and he was taken to the decider in that by young John Higgins.
16. 17.
'Okay. Well, after the great effort that he's made,
24.
I suppose he's wondering now, will I get another chance back at the table?
$25. $32.
Well, Stephen's composure
33.
in this situation is unbelievable, because he's the man, certainly with that's under pressure the most here.
$40. $41.
Red into the center.
48. $49.
Played that perfectly. Just had to touch that red just to push it away to open the other two reds.
57.
Well, that's 8 reds, 8 blacks. It can't possibly happen. It's not possible what we're thinking about.
64.
Can't possibly make 147 in the deciding frame, Jim, can he?
Well, that, if that were to take place, that really would be the icing on the cake, Rex. But it must be in his mind, and has been for quite a few shots.
72.
That's the red that he wanted.
73.
Only 67 left on the table now, so this is a fantastic performance.
$80.
Well, what a match this has been. Fantastic.
81.
Well, I thought miracles stopped happening 2,000 years ago, but this is just unbelievable stuff.
88. $89.
Well, he must be admiring his opponent. He's very disappointed, but you've got to admire the resilience of this man.
97.
Yes, he's just a fraction short.
That's 13 reds and 13 blacks.
104.
Now he wants to,
105.
he's got to get an angle on this final red to be able to get back onto the black. And he was disappointed with that. Didn't quite get enough side.
112.
Well, you'd have to fancy him now, Jim. This is incredible stuff.
This is the key shot.
$120.
The greatest match I've ever seen in my life.
$122.
Absolutely incredible.
$125. $129. $134.
This is the shot. What can we say?
150.
Absolutely incredible. Hold your breath. This is it. Fantastic performance. I've never seen anything like it in all my career. 147 break, a maximum in the deciding frame. Unbelievable. Well, I've never seen anything like that, Jim. Wonderful.
That is the greatest performance I've ever seen in my life. And Stephen Henry